On our phone. All right, folks, this is our tutorial on how to make a time-lapse video in Lightroom. So this is a class project that we will be doing. So you're gonna have to start with getting the download. I gave these to some of you yesterday, and they are called, one second here. There's a little preview of the yearbook. Where'd it go? There it is. I don't know why it's not there. All right, LRB time lapse. So this is the file I shared with you. These resources are also in Google Classroom. So if you don't have your thumb drive, you can pull them from there. And the ones we're specifically looking at are the slideshow templates. And you go to user templates and you have all of these options right there. The first step is you got to get these presets into Lightroom, okay? So let me show you how to do that. It is super simple. You're in Lightroom, you have our, let me make this so we can see it on our screen here. We have our library, develop, map, book, and slideshow tabs, and we're going to be working with the library, develop, and slideshow tabs are the three that we're going to be working with the most on this one. So in the slideshow tab, you have your template browser, and when you open it up, it's going to look like this. You have your Lightroom templates, and then you have your user templates. If we right-click on user templates, we have the option to import. You click on import. You're then going to find that folder, which is going to be under downloads, or these are probably going to be on your thumb drive. You're going to go to slideshow templates, user templates, and then you're just literally going to select them all and click import. I've already done that, and when you do that, I suggest once you've done that step right there, close Lightroom and reopen it. It'll work better. And then I hit this little drop down box, and there are all my presets. So we have time lapses set for 23.97 frames per second, all the way up to 30 frames per second. And then don't worry about these two ones right here, but these ones at the top. And it's really simple. So let's go ahead and make one really fast. Okay, so I'm going to import, so on the library section, a group of images. So these are the images that we took yesterday. Let's see here. There we go. So we want to uncheck all. I'm going to click on this image, scroll to the very bottom, shift, and then import. So let's import these images really fast. Okay, well, these are importing. Let's pop out of here really fast because that'll take a second. One of the things you can do on this is you can actually, in Lightroom, is add music to it. So I want to share a couple of resources on where you can pull those. So Incompetech, right? You're familiar with that one? YouTube Creative Commons. Have you guys seen that one? All right. So if you have a YouTube account, you have access to YouTube Creative Commons. Pop in here really fast. You're going to go to your channel. Let's see here. Maybe. Let's see. Nope, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Ah, there it is. So click on your little face there, and you go to your YouTube Studio. And you have some options over here. So one of those is Audio Library at the very bottom. This is all copyright-free sound effects and music. So it's broken down by free music and sound effects. So these are all copyright free, so you can use these in your projects, and you can check them out. That's a no. Let's see. Bro time. When you hit that drop down box, it tells you you're free to use this song in any of your videos. Simple as that. Sometimes it'll say, make sure that you credit this song in your video. And if that's the case, make sure you credit it. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to use this bro time one. And you can also search by genre. All these different ones. Instruments, duration. There's a gentleman named Kevin MacLeod who has a bunch of these videos in there. Or videos, songs. Let's see if we can find that MacLeod. You can also find all his stuff on incompetech.com as well. Same concept. That one you have to also have an account for, so if you don't have an account, it's free. You just sign up for it. You can use your ToteMail account to do that. Okay, so now we have a song. Our images should be done downloading. There we go. So here's all of our images from yesterday. We have quite a few. Let's see if we can find... Man, nobody's moving. Find our class photos, but anyway. So let's select all the images, and this is really one of the really cool things about Lightroom and time lapses. You can batch edit all of your photographs really quickly. So we're going to go in here and we're just going to do a quick develop. We're just going to do a quick auto tone. In the develop module, so if you really want to do some fine-tuning stuff, maybe I want to really make this sky extra blue, so I'm just going to go in here and throw a quick gradient in. Let's see, that one. And I'm just going to bring the exposure down, make the sky a little more dramatic, right? And it's doing that to all of the images. So one of the cool things is, let me turn this off. By hitting the backslash key, I can see the before and the after. So that's our before image, there's our after. It's just got that extra touch, right? You can batch all of your images for a time lapse like that, which is really cool. This is a really cool technique when you're doing like a sunset and you really want to make that sky pop. You can go in and edit that sky for all of your images at one shot, which is really cool. Okay, so now that we've got that, we got all our images selected, we're gonna go over here to Slideshow. We've installed our user templates over here. I recommend that you do 24 frames per second. That's pretty much the standard to get a good time lapse. And to apply that, all we have to do is literally double click. Done. So you can also pull it and drag it down. It doesn't really do anything. Just double click on that one to set that in there. And over here we have all of our options. We're going to go through a bunch of these. Okay. So up here you have zoom to fill frame. So that's what we want to do. Make sure that box is checked. You can add a stroke or a border to it. So say we maybe want to add like, so it's a little more like a picture, right? You can add that one. So let's add that one just for fun. Cast shadow, that's like a drop shadow. We're not going to do that one. Show guides. Yeah, we're just going to have this on there. This is going to help us line stuff up. But like you can see if we move these around, you can kind of play with things. All right, so we're going to start with an identity plate. This is going to introduce our project, and I have to click edit to this will pop up. So what do we want this to say? How about adventure? A little play on, what does that show, Adventure Time? There we go. You can choose your fonts. So if you've installed a font, it's in there. So let's do, I like American Typewriter. Which one do you want to do? Star Jedi, okay. Hollow. All right, and then you can choose the color of your stuff. So since we're going Star Wars, gotta go yellow. All right. You can change the opacity of it, the scale of it. So let's bring it a little bigger. So this will be on there the whole time. This little identity plate, right? So this is really cool if you want to do something like, you know, if you're doing a real estate time lapse or something like that, or you just want to just kind of keep it in the whole time. It's almost like a watermark, but it's not a watermark. It's just identifying what's going on. Okay, you can add a watermark. So you all have a watermark. So if you're a business or something like that, you can go in and add that in there. Let's see, go to edit watermarks. So let's make a copyright. So right there at the bottom, we'll put a copyright Jim Byrne in there. We'll move it, let's offset it just a little bit more. I feel like it's jammed up in that corner. Let's see. You want to make it really big?
Yes.
Let's just get obnoxious. And you can anchor it anywhere you want on the
right in the middle.
Right in the middle, but that's where everybody is though.
Exactly.
Okay. So so let's adjust the opacity a little bit so it's not so like. Oh, that's the drop shadow opacity. All right. Let's. Oh, here it is. There we go. Okay, and we click save. We'll call this Mr. B. All right.
Then it just has the thing the whole time.
Rising Stars. I don't know what Rising Stars is. We'll have to look into what that is. What was that? Oh, rating. Oh, rating stars. Yeah. So yeah, don't really mess with these. Color wash, background image. We're not gonna mess with any of those. You can choose a background color. So if we don't want white, we could do black. All right. So intro screen and ending screen. So our intro screen, what do we want that to say? Okay. Adventure. Watch time. And of course, we got to match up our Star Wars. Give it some yellow. And make it kind of big. Okay. So right now, it's really small. We need to go in there and make it a little bigger. There we go. And we're going to add an end screen to do the same thing. And we need to add the identity plate. And what do we want our identity plate or our ending screen to say? Thank. How about El Fin? Or just Finn? Just Finn. You have like a weird. You want a weird font? Like a weird, like, you want a script? Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Brush script. Italicize. That's good. Yeah, I'll do italicize. Okay. We'll max out the size?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's add some music. So click that. There we go. So I had to turn on the music option right there. We're going to add music. That's in our downloads. Go time. Okay. Okay, slideshow mode. Okay, this is where things can get kind of diff. You can actually go in if you're creating your own. You can choose the length of each slide. You can do it to fit to music. You can add crossfades. So if you're doing like a picture slideshow, you can do the same thing, but we're doing a time lapse, so we're not really going to be concerned with this. We don't want to sync slides to music, but this is a really cool way to make kind of like those Animoto ones that we make. You can make them in Lightroom too. They're not as fancy, but you can get the motion graphics moving in there and all that sort of stuff, and choose a length and add music and all that sort of thing. All right, so we're not going to mess with any of those for now. And then repeat sidebar. Okay, so don't worry about these either. So we are now ready to export our file. So export video. We're going to call this, what do we say? Adventure. The quotes won't work in the title. And we'll put this on our desktop and export. These generally take a few minutes to export, okay? So I'm going to stop the video because this will probably take about 5 minutes for it to do that. We don't want to sit here and listen to me talk, jab around for 5 minutes. But then we're going to go back and watch it. All right, before I stop recording, any questions? You guys can handle that? Okay.
Is that automatic
Is what? It's yeah, just don't mess with this one. Just leave it as is. We're manual because it's manual because we put our own preset in there. But if you start messing with these, it's going to take away our preset. Okay. Oh, it's going pretty quick. Maybe we'll hang out and see. Any other questions? Negatory. Okay. Oh, it's done. Let's watch it. Come on, Lightroom, let me out. Oh, let's do this.